now is the time to represent Shkumbin, team leader from Kosovo.
Hello everyone, I'm Shkumbin Beqiri from Kosovo. I am executive director of Think Institute. Since I accept as an idea from Mirela to join this project, I saw it as a good opportunity to make other countries to know more about Kosovo history, for instance, especially about 1990s. I have selected for young people with special criteria who are people who weren't born during 1990s, because it was a good, I think it's a better approach to see more objectively and to present the truth how it is, and not with any special political approach or anything else. So I think the project was a good experience to exchange our information, to know more about Western Balkan countries' history, and I have identified a lot of part of this history, and this region, which will determine some approach in the future. I think I wouldn't like to disturb you, but I have identified some features of our history in Balkan, which are very important to pay attention about. First of all, I have concluded that, similar in Kosovo, the history in Western Balkan countries is taught to young people not as a empirical science, but as an political tool to instrumentalize a part of society, a movement, etc., etc. So I think this is. I think this is the most important part which I have identified. But another thing which I have identified is that people from for Western Balkan countries saw their history as a unique history. They avoid the interaction between countries. For instance, if Albania, for instance, young people from Albania saw Enver Hoxha like a dictator, but don't take into consideration that it's a person who did a lot of bad things on Kosovo. So I think we should consider the history of Western Balkan countries as a unique history, not as a separate part of history. So I think I think in the future we will have more chances to present our history and to give a chance to understand better than how I learned at primary or secondary school. So I think that these are some parts of this project which I wanted to point it out. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Shkumbin. Yes, now Milica is your time. Thank you.
Okay, I will try to pronounce my name correctly, surname. So Milica Žugić, it's a bit hard to pronounce. So I'm happy to be here in front of MERSP. It is a network of organizations that deal with education and social support to marginalized groups. And at the beginning of this project, I thought it will be very challenging because of, okay, topic of history is not very popular topic, especially among young people, because they, to be honest, consider it very boring. They do not want to learn even history in school. And then when you tell them to talk about history in these like extracurricular activities, then they are not interested that much. So I was thinking, okay, how are we going to manage to implement this project to include young people, to make them be interested for their own history and then for the other history. And then after that challenge, we also had this Corona challenge that infected a lot. And as I mentioned a lot of times during this webinars that we had, that it would be much better that all those kids could visit these places, hear those stories, because it's not the same when you have video of some person from the period symbol or some witness of the period. It's not the same when you see the person, see his or her eyes, hands, hear the voice, and when you see it on the video. So I think we did a great job in these circumstances, because if it wasn't of Corona, we could see it, and those young people could visit all the countries and travel, because they also want to travel. That's maybe the main reason why they go to these projects. But I think that they learned a lot, because at the beginning I saw that they didn't know even their own history of their own countries. When I asked for these topics that we had, like symbol of the period, expert and such things, they had no idea who is the symbol of the period. We couldn't find out who is the person that marked the period, at least one. So it was quite difficult and challenging, but then at least, if nothing, they learned their own history, and then also they learned a lot, not as much as they could if they were there in person, but still they learned a lot about other countries. And what Shkumin said, that's definitely that our countries are making their own history. So each country has its own history, and what we saw is that it's not the same history. Like it's totally different. Like we are not like in the same geographical area. It's pretty much different. So it's good to have these projects to connect it, to make one piece from it, and then to have like the real truth, what really happened, who was who in that period, and what did that person, to have like the clear image. Because when we know from different aspects and different countries, then we maybe know the better and maybe know the truth, not only one point of view. So thank you very much for inviting us for this project, and especially here to be present offline, not only online. And I also hope that this will be only the beginning of our cooperation of all of our organizations. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Milica. Now I think is the moment for the video screening. We just need to show some moments from the online exchange week.
You didn't tackle the sound. You should tackle the sound. Turn on the sound of the sharing video.
Besoj kjo është. Thank you very much for your assistance. You know, I see the video is just like a virtual reality, and it gives a lot of emotions. Imagine if we could have been able to do this exchange week like physically, but however, it was very, very interesting and full of information, right? So now it's just, I would really like to engage a little bit you all, and I don't know, to ask you a little bit about your impressions, what you learned most, how was for you, for every one of you. I will make the round for every one of you this project, this exchange week, and what was your impression, and how to say, what was on your mind, what you learned the most, something that you didn't know before. So I don't know. Yes, thank you, Ismail.
Yeah. Okay. So first, what I learned that I have a very nice team. I know that I have, but from every project I see that. So first, what I learned from my guys, it was that I really don't need to care about every detail of the project. Now we have around 34 active projects, so I don't need to care what they have done. So they made the task. Camila was leading everything. So and four of them was very, very active. So they have very good communication. So you can see that when people are interested in a topic, so if they like what they're doing, it's very simple with them. So I saw that they're really interested in this topic. So I really give them floor to do everything what they need to do. So on the end, they make very nice stories. So I will maybe give floor to them to explain how they done it and what was the challenges and what they didn't like maybe. I don't know. Okay, Selma.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will say just one sentence because Dino is more involved in this project. So I think we have, our countries have a different history, but in one way we are the same. Because we have that point that unite us. So I think that is the most important. So I will let Dino to say more.
Okay, so hi everyone. Well, I may not be the expert for history because I'm more into aerospace engineering, but history has always been my, like, let's say a hobby, but a really, something that really shaped my life. And I've always liked exploring not history, not only of my country, which is sort of like not spoken about, especially like the medieval period, or even actually every period, it's not really spoken of. We only speak about the Last War or maybe Second World War, but everything rest is like put under the rug because it's not that important for certain political aspects. But this project actually helped me explore certain aspects of my history that haven't been explored before. And we had a problem of actually picking out things for this project that we're going to work on, because we had so many different topics from my cousin, Anastasia Shubic, who was one of the leading experts on William Shakespeare, and actually was first female in Yugoslavia who was fighting against male oppression in politics and everyday life. Sadly, we couldn't take her because we had some other like topics that we wanted to talk, let's say Magdizdar, which in the end we have decided to work on. Personally, I was working on it the most about Magdizdar. Also, Amila helped me a lot, but her area was more focused on Stečci and the medieval tombstones. So But for me, something that left the most, like, the highest value that that left on me was the fact that I don't know anything about your countries. Even though I studied them a lot in my free time, I knew nothing about oppression that, let's say, Yugoslavia left in certain parts. Because for me, Yugoslavia was something great. For my family, it was something great. My family prospered at that time, but I didn't know that while my family, my ancestors flourished, some other people were totally oppressed, were lacking education, were being imprisoned, were basically sent to camps. And for me, it was shocking. Yes, I knew that. Like, I knew that some bad things happened because my parents told me, but I never knew to which extent it was going, that some people were basically living like animals for decades. And then we say, oh, that part is so, like, undeveloped, like, they're savages. But why are they savages? And to me, it, like, it opened my eyes a lot and told me, Dino, start reading about it, start learning about it, because it's very important. They're your neighbors. They were your basically countrymen up to 20, 30 years. So I should know more about not only you, but all the other countries. For example, Albania was not part of the Yugoslavia, but still it's my neighbor, and I should know more about it. Well, not neighbor by borders, but it's very close, and I should learn more about it. And that's, I think, the most important part of this project for me and my personal development. And thank you so much for it.
Thank you so much, Dino. Claude, before you go with the presentation and your impression about the Exchange Online Week, I would like to engage a little bit. I don't know if Fisnik has been very active even during the online week, as you are there from the team from North Macedonia. I would really like to know, to have you now speaking and to know your impression about the online week and what you learned the most.
Okay, hello everyone. Nice to see you again virtually. Most of the things were said by the other participants that are present there. But yeah, like everyone, we learned a lot. We shared different point of views, and somehow we could define what the reality was, because every one of us has our own versions of the truth, what happened, how did it happen, and stuff like that. The best part, I think, from this project, and the best thing was that we've learned a lot about our differences, but the thing or the fact that I like the most is the future vision that the youth nowadays has, because we're not so focused on our past, but everyone is looking forward to our common future, to our future goals. And like, this gives not only me, but to everyone more will and desire for not quitting, but just, you know, to keep working and working in this area for a better regional future for every country.
Okay, thank you, Fisnik. I think Ardit is online too from your team. I remember the name something. Ardit, are you there?
Yes,
okay.
yes. So most of the things were mentioned before by other teams and Fisnik as well. But yeah, I learned a lot from this project, and because I always considered myself ignorant in history, in our neighbors' history, and I always wanted to know more about their history. So I learned a lot in this project. And what I like the most, as Fisnik mentioned before, is that regardless of everything that our countries went through, and regardless how pessimist our youth is, there is still a little hope that we will come together again in Europe, and the youth vision is really optimistic nowadays.
Okay, thank you, Ardit. And what about Rita from your team? Do we have Rita online?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. I would love to be there, and I'm so sorry that we couldn't. Fisnik and Ardit, also the other participants, they told all the things that I don't know, impressed us, if we could say so. I have been kind of like a leader at this project because I really wanted to have an output in the end, and I have learned so much, even for the history of my own country that I didn't know, about the communism here and in the other countries. And I want to thank you all that were engaged in this project, especially Mirela. Thank you for being so, I don't know, I know she has had a lot of complication, especially with our team. I don't know with the others. So thank you all for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Rita. Okay, I think we can go now with the team from Albania, from the team here, and then go again with the team online so we can interact a little bit. Claude is your...
Yeah. So, hello everyone. I'm Claude from Albania, and I don't know what to say, something else, but I want to mention something. Yes, we do have different history, but we are similar in one point, and that point is the bad decisions we made. And this project is called Western Balkans Youth Together for Shared Future. And I think that the best part of sharing our future is knowing what to do and to make the right decisions. So thank you, IDMC, and thank you, Raiko, for this great project. And honestly, it's one of the greatest projects I've been. And I don't know what to say, something else.
Thank you, Claude. Yes.
Hello, everyone. I'm very new in this project, and for now, I don't have so much to talk about this, but for me, it's very interesting and I like it.
Thank you so much. Okay, Mariana.
This project made me realize how strong and how important is the connection between the past, the present, and the future. I learned very new things, and I learned that democracy comes with sacrifices and suffer. So except that we can take it for granted because it is a system that is weak and delicate. So we as youngsters should do our impossible to be active citizens, to be critic, and to avoid as much as we can to let the power be in the wrong hands, in the hands of those who can abuse with it. So we as youngsters should protect our freedom.
Thank you so much, Mariana.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ksenia from Montenegro. It was very interesting to be part of this project. I visited Nikšić and I talked with a historian. I learned a lot about the history of other countries, and I'm glad to be here today.
Thank you so much. Okay, I just want to ask again if we have, I think Sinisha is online from the team from Serbia.
Yeah, hi, I'm here. I can say only that I really enjoyed this project and I'm happy to be a part of it. I learned a lot because I'm not really much of a history guy, so I didn't know much even from my country. So thank you all for teaching me so much about your history, and I'm happy to be here and to learn all this. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sinisha. I cannot remember very well the names, but if I think Ivana is not online, but is anyone else from your team and want to speak and give the impression, is welcome to do it.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sofia from Serbia, and I am so happy that I was on this project. I learned so much new stuff, and I saw how some countries see people from another countries, and it was really interesting. And that's it.
Okay, thank you very much, Sophia. Okay, we can go, yes, with the team from Kosovo.
Okay, hello. My name is Gentrem Tsanole. I am a member of Team Kosovo, and this project was a very good project for me and for my experience. I didn't have any experience before this project, so it helped me a lot teaming up with my members. First of all, the best part was our team, and it was easy to connect because we know each other very well, so that was very good for us. The other good part was that we had to travel around Kosovo, which was really a fun part. But we had our problems. So some of us had lectures online, so we couldn't work a lot for this project, but we tried our best. Something else I need to say, thank you for watching our videos and our presentation. I hope you liked it, and I hope you learned about our history a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Bayram. Working with this project was really interesting for me. I think it's the most interesting project I've worked so far. I learned a lot, not just from other countries, but even from my country, because we did a lot of research in our project. We tried to get a hold of everything and not to get you bored, of course. I think now other countries may know better may know better our history, and I think now we can work out with our problems to move forward for a brighter future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Diana Leo from Kosovo. First of all, I want to say thank you to Shkomben, who believed us for this project. As a team, we did our best to not let him down, and we worked a lot for this project. During this project, we learned a lot about the history of Kosovo and other countries too. So that was a great experience for us. At the end, I want to say that I saw in this project that all of us, so all of the young people here are ready to move forward and to create a better future for every country in Balkan. So thank you.
Thank you too.
Hi everyone, I am Jelza from Kosovo. First of all, I'm not into history, but during this project, I liked it and I've learned a lot, and not even from the other countries, but for my country too. So I thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
So just I'd like to thanks, because I forgot in the first presentation, to thank you, Nelia, and all the team of IDCM. I think knowing each other better is a precondition to put forward in order to make a better future. I think this project has played the role to exchange the information between countries and to have a clue about our reality, our present, and looking for the opportunities to integrate to each other in a better region, which will be different totally different from 1990s. So I think I'd like to thank all of you, and I have enjoyed the activities of this project, and I hope to have another chance to work together. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
So it's me again. I would just add that we had a lot of material, and we created a lot of videos, a lot of stories, and it's a pity that we didn't actually have a chance to play it all because it was short time during online, so we couldn't play it all. And also it's a pity that there is no any part from our video in this main video. There is just only once my name, my name with a big black screen. Okay, thank you for that. But generally, we collected a lot of things, and also for the magazine, we couldn't put everything because I was afraid we won't have enough material, but at the end, we had too much material. But it's good because we collected few persons from the period, like symbols, few survivors, and I think it's better to have more stories and everything. And it's a pity that not all of you could see it all and read it all and meet those people, but at least our team did it. I will add again that it was very challenging because a lot of obligations, school, faculty, jobs. So I thought at the beginning I won't have a lot of work there. I will just let them play and do it. But at the end, I finished a big part of a job myself, but okay. Magazine was the most challenging part because the short deadlines, a lot of material, but I'm happy that we finished it, and I hope it is successful. I can wait to read the magazine and to see what is inside and how does it look like, and also to read those stories because it's different when you hear it and when you read it. So I'm looking forward to read the magazine and also to share it for a future project, and also to other people to see it, and other people from our country and our countries as well. And also there is Sarah online, so maybe she would like to add something from the Zoom.
Okay, thank you. Why not, Sarah?
Yes. Hi, everyone. First of all, I've learned what teamwork means and how important history really is. And I'm grateful to you and my team for the wonderful company and knowledge they gave me. It wasn't easy because of the whole COVID situation and our school faculty and so on. But in the end, we came out as winners, and I enjoyed every part of the project, even editing videos that lasted 4 days. But I learned a lot, and thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Ismail told me that Amila is waiting for me to give the word to her.
Okay. Hi to everyone. First of all, I am very sorry for not being there. I really wanted to come and to be with you in person, but work. There's always work to do. Anyways, as for this project, first of all, I've learned a lot about my country by doing the research, by reading everything that others found and wrote. So it was very interesting to work on it. Unfortunately, this project was held online. I would have preferred to meet you all in person. I think that it would have given totally different dimension to everything, to our experiences, but still I think that everyone did their best, and that everyone did their best. And I really enjoyed some of, well, all the presentations, some of them even more, because I've learned a lot of new things that I did not know. For example, about Albania, I was surprised of how little I knew about that country that's so close to my country. And yes, but also about other countries. There were interesting topics, and the way everyone decided how to present everything. Yes, as I said it even in the video I sent you. I think that one of the main ideas I've had in my head during the presentations is that we have so much in common. And yes, thank you for everything. I hope to meet you someday, even in person.
Thank you so much, Amila. It was a pleasure to have you here, even while online. I don't know if there is anyone else online to speak. I think you have had your word, and now is Spiro, the last but not the least. Your impression, please.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I wanted to thank everyone there and to thank all of you here for coming today. I wanted to say that the cooperation was very nice and all of this project was very impressive. But I wanted to say just one word that tells the best future is made from learning from our bad decision in the past. So I wanted to say to everyone that this project made me learn about my past, your past, and make the best decisions for our future. And I wanted to invite all of you to tell to the next generation to be more curious about our past and not be the future that we all have seen in movies, just internet, games, and all of this stuff. Thank you, everyone, again. And I hope meet soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Spiro. And now all your hard work and all your presentation, we are going to have it in a magazine. And I would like to give the word to Jonila. She speak a little bit in the beginning about the magazine, but now the word is again for you.
Yeah, I just forgot that I'm going to speak another time at the end. So I just thought a lot at the beginning. We thought that we had the magazine for today, but okay, I think we are going to have it in 2 days yes, the printing version in 2 days, but anyhow, you are going to take it or to be delivered by post, so it's fine, it's the same. I have only one copy, just, yeah, maybe Milica, I'm just going to give it to you. And even for the video, I'm very sorry. I was now talking with Valbona, who took care of the video, and she said that something happened with the registration at the last day. Was it the last day? The day for the last, and something she didn't have the material, so online registration. I don't know what happens, but we're going to check it. So it was just an, yeah, it was a mistake. It was not a lot of material. It's a pity that we cannot use it more. No, I think we can use maybe everything, but we can talk. We have time tonight to talk what we can do with all the material. So I'm going to talk with the leaders, with the team leaders, and so maybe we find. But anyhow, what I'm really delighted for the magazine. Of course, I'm a professor of journalism, a professor of journalism and communication, and so me as one of the, how can I say, so me and all the journalists and Shkumbini, we know that today is not the day of the print. So today is the day of in this time that we live, and for the young people, it is the day of the online media. But I am very happy that I decided in that moment with my team to have a written magazine, so that we just can have it and see it in this old kind of medium that we have, that it is always there in the bibliothèque, in the National Bibliothèque. It's going to be here in the National Bibliothèque too, so you can use it with a number at the end. So we have a product, and I'm very proud and of all your work. It's not my work. I've done very little here, but you have everything. For me, the sites of memories were really very interesting. I have seen during other projects that we had in the region, I've seen the sites of memory the most important, but I think now for all of the people who are going to take this magazine and see it, it is really wonderful to have so much information. The sites of memories were for me very important because without sites of memory, and then without the survivors and without the testimonies, you cannot talk about the past, because the past is not something like that we talk it, we go in the museum and we see it, but the past, it is all these kind of testimonies in the people that who still live, and these sites of memories. And I'm really, it is very pity that we couldn't, as Amila said and all the others, it is very pity that you couldn't see in Albania our places of memory, which we call it like that, but unfortunately they are not official places of memory, which is something that I am always very angry. So we have here in Tirana one place of memory, Shtëpia e Gjethave, but the real places of memories, the prisons here and the camps of labor. They are destroyed, and two of them, they are still there, but they are not museums, so they are not protected from the Ministry of Culture, and this is really a very huge problem. So in some years, we are not, I think in 1 decade, we are not going to have the testimonials, so the survivors anymore. They're very old now, and COVID is not looking if somebody was a survivor or not. So we are going to lack the people, and we are going to lack the places of memory. They are going to be destroyed until then. And so the young generation is going to ask, what are you talking about? The dictatorship, this brutal repression in Albania? You don't have any evidence of that. So this is really important that we have it here. But still, I was very curious to see what is in the focus of the young people. What is in the focus? What are the most problems that they face in their countries? And it is always the education, the better future, better perspective. So this is something that it is similar, but I think it was a little bit different too. So in North Macedonia, from North Macedonia to Serbia to Bosnia to Albania, there are some little differences, and this is really beautiful to see all the similarities, but even the differences. So in the culture that we have, how we reflect about things. But one of the most important things, and a little bit of fun, because most of the articles, they were very critical and they were very heavy sometimes and very emotional. But when I had fun with the fact or fiction, and I can say I was happy to test myself in some of the issues. For example, in Montenegro, which is the longest beach, and I said, it is Ulcin, as I know, I always go there. So and it was there, so I was fine with that. But I was not so sure for Bosnia and Herzegovina, as they said. What do we call Sarajevo? Is it the Paris? I thought the Paris, I don't know. I thought always it was Belgrade, or I was not so sure. And then it was Jerusalem, and I said, yes, this is it. If you go in the city, you have the mosque and the church, the Orthodox church, and the synagogue. So that was really fun, I can say. But I was very, very impressed from the art or the ideas of the team from Serbia. It was very, very touchy and really very important issue that I haven't read it until now. So it was the first time that I saw it here, and I read about that in this magazine, because when we think about women during the war, everybody think about warmth and about sacrifices of mothers and daughters and sisters, and then they choose the Serbian team. They choose really something very, very strong. All the women as war to see the women as war criminals. So I'm really thankful for that, and I've just discussed this with a lot of people here in the last days. So a lot of people are very curious to read about that. So thank you very much for everything. And you are going to have this review, this magazine, I don't know, this week or at the beginning of next week. And there are a lot of copies. So just you have a lot of copies to distribute and to take it with you for the participant and for all the others. And of course, maybe you are going to find some mistakes. And I just saw now a name which was failing here in the list of acknowledgement. So I'm very happy that it's not in a printed day. It's going to be tomorrow morning. So it is always happening, but we have a very good product, and it shows how much more work was done, as Milica said, and we just selected here the best thing. So thank you all for all the contribution, for coming here. It is still, I was thinking these days, we used to say heroic for other things and other activities, and now it's heroic just to yes, just to travel in the time of pandemic, and are very, very, very crazy times. But I'm very happy that we can stay a little bit more today in the evening. Now you have some time for having a look here around in the city of Tirana, in the capital, and in the center as we are here. And I hope we meet again in other projects, not only with a focus on the past, even if I like it very much, but we have a lot of focus, a lot of other projects regarding media and journalism. This is very, very important, I think, for all our region, fake news. And now in the time of COVID, we're just working in another project. And so if you are interested, just tell me. So how is the young people, the youth generation, how are they dealing with the news during the pandemic, and a lot of other things about political, civic and political education, and but even culture projects. And so it is, I will be very happy to meet you all. And I think that next year, the second half of next year is maybe going to be able that we just can travel and meet us again. So I don't think this is the last time. Thank you very much another time for being part of this project.
Thank you so much, Yanila. Thank you all again for being here. I am really happy too for the magazine, because in the moment that I see that all your hard work is going to be there, and you can learn better not only by the presentation, but to have in hand and to read it and to say to share it with your friends and family, and to see that all these 6 Western Balkan countries, in one way or another, the histories are linked together. So as much as we know for each other history, as better it is. So thank you again. Thank you all for all that your hard work. I don't know if anyone else is online too. Thank you too. So I think this is the end of the closing ceremony of Western Balkans Youth Together for a Shared Future.